And that they tell the legend of that Moon Eye story that's passed down, and exactly what you said, how the Moon Eye people came down, but it's a slight variation between the Cherokee and the Choctaw. When the Cherokee and the Choctaw and their Moon Eye legend, when the Moon Eye people started, breeding with their women, the men rose up and attacked them and killed them, right, and drove them away, right, into, and it goes on to, all the other stuff that goes with it. It's led a lot of people to theorize on what these moon-eyed people actually were, right? But on my channel, there's a premise that I maintain on my channel. At a baseline level, it's something. We can talk about all the time. What is it? Is it this? Is it that? Is it that? We can conversation is how you explore and how you find what it is. But it was definitely something. Like, these things were real. Whatever they were calling the moon-eyed people, it was a legitimate thing, right? And it had the ability to, it was sexually compatible with our women, right? So it had its thing. And it takes me to another, again, I'm going to go full circle here when I come around to it. It brings me to another strange fact about Native American women. And I don't know if you were aware of this or not, but Native American women abductions are the only statistics that the FBI does not track. They don't track it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then there is the blood type.
Yes. Correct.
The negative is a big thing. My whole family, my whole family are negatives, right down to, of course, a negative and a positive. If you have a child, you have to be careful. They have the shots now, but the blood can't mix, because if it do, the mom and the baby both can die. And it's the anemia type thing in the blood. It affects all of me, my family. And when you're pregnant, my daughter's blood count dropped to 2. She lived. Yeah, she had a stroke having my granddaughter. She nearly died. And but my whole family is like that. It's not, it's the negative. This all ties together. I do know that. I have researched different things. And there's a poem that was handed down, and I won't say all of it, but it's from out of the darkness and into the light. 3 shall come to carry the light. No other will do, and to this you must be true. For none of the blood, for none other than the blood will ever get through. But it goes on. There's more to it, but it speaks of the blood and how you have to be true to your blood. So, of course, like I said, I've heard a lot of the old stories, lores and legends, and I try to figure out. Sometimes they have it's like the thinning of the veil. My grandmother, they said, you're born of the veil, you're between the worlds, and you see things that others don't see. So different, and she had that ability. She would know things before they happened, or I have some of that, because, like I said earlier, my name is Wabi Ayapia Temponia. I'm the White Wolf Woman, but I'm also the Dream Walker. That's my title. And sometimes it can, when I was younger, it took a lot of teaching for me to control. At one time, it was I couldn't walk into a nursing home or a hospital, because the emotions would hit me so bad that I couldn't handle it. And so it took a long time. And I think the hardest lesson for me to learn was I have a temper. And when I was young, I have a bad temper, but I had to learn to control those emotions. And my temper was the worst of the emotions for me to, and I can, not that I still don't have a temper, God help me, but I'm older. I can hang on to it a little better. But There's a lot of hard lessons. Let me tell you, I had a lot of hard lessons, but
For sure. But yeah, Donna, I think absolutely that there is definitely a connection. I have this saying I say on my show when I talk to people. I do a funny skit, man, like, the ancient Enigma files, how not to die in the woods, right? And I'd like tell people like I tell these people tips, right? Like, hey, look, don't just think, hey, I'm going to walk off, and you need to ease into it a little bit. But I also tell people this, man. I say this a lot. Ignore Native American legends at your own risk. For example, if they tell you don't go up on Mount Death after midnight, and you go up there, you get what you get, right? Like I said, you were told don't go up there, right? And so when I hear these tales passed down, and when I look at the lies that were told, and I look at the excuses on, I've asked the question. I lived in Northern Virginia for a good bit, Washington, D.C., Maryland, in that area. I've been to D.C. several times. I actually was, here's a congressman, Tim Burchett is the congressman of Tennessee. I have his card. I've got pictures with him on all of my accounts. I've had several conversations with him, actually about UFOs and UAPs and stuff like that. But I've been around these people. They know a lot more than what they tell other people or what they let on. And if there is a reason why that they don't like to report, or they won't do it, they won't track the number of missing person cases when it comes specifically to Native American women. There's a reason why. And if that reason has to be something that is terrifying to them, or they have no control over, whatsoever, right? And they'll try to hide it. And this is the thing that gets me too. They'll try to hide it behind like domestic violence, or like, there's alcohol problems on the res. There's not that much alcohol problem on the res for you not to track it, for you to ignore a statistic completely, right? There's not a lot. There's more to it there. And I swear, just from my interviews and talking to people and my own reading and comprehension, that there is something unique and special about Native American women that attracts these things, the not us's, right? There's something about it. I don't want to offend anybody on not calling them the right thing, but the things that aren't men, 100%, there is something about Native American women that they're drawn to, and they will just take them. They will just go in there and take them as well.
Subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.